Do you know the difference between this, and this? No? Then keep watching. Hi, I'm Mckiztosh of Mckiztosh Dance. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Kizomba and urban kids. So today I'm getting into chest isolations versus chest movements. And this is applicable to all dancers. You need to be aware of when you're using more of a movement, what body part you're moving, are you isolating it or not, and what impact that will have on your dance. And that's all genres this technique will help you with, but I'm specifically going to relate these movements and this video to Tarraxo. So my Tarraxo people, keep your ears open. Tarraxo is really about musicality, and what I mean by musicality is being able to identify, recognize, and then interpret what you hear in the music, the accents, the instruments, the patterns of what's happening in the music, and respond to that with your movements. So you want your movements to match what's happening in the music. So that is really, Tarraxo is like a musicality play with yourself, with your partner, and an expression of your musicality. That being said, you need some fundamental exercises, some fundamental movements, and I'm going to give you some exercises that you can do to improve and practice your movements so that you've got movements to play with when you hear Tarraxo music, especially when you are in the partner dance of Tarraxo and then your partner gives you space to do your kind of like freestyle on your expression. You've got some movements and things that you know what you can do on the music there. So that's what this video is going to be all about. Going back to movement versus isolation. A movement, like say we're going to focus on the chest. So I might do a chest movement like this. So my chest is moving. The thing is here, not only my chest that is moving. So I'm kind of moving my shoulders as well as my chest. And I've also got some waist involvement here. So this, I would say, yes, there is chest movement, and you will need this in any kind of dance, being able to move your chest. It gives kind of like a fluidity type look, and there's a continuous movement. And then you've got chest movement where you're, well, chest isolation, I'm going to call it, where you're kind of trying to isolate your chest from the rest of your body. So you're kind of trying to move the chest without the other muscle groups being involved. So for example, here, I'm now moving my chest without any shoulder involvement. Yeah, there isn't really much movement in my waist either. I'm still using my back, because to kind of move your chest, sometimes you do use your back. So there are some other body parts, not just my chest, that I'm moving, but I'm actually isolating that movement compared to if I'm using my shoulders and my waist here. So we want to work on this. So what we're going to do first is I want you to focus on your chest and focus on your alignment, your center. You want to keep your axis here. What you want to do is you want to move your chest. We're going to go to the right, which might be your left when you're looking at me, but we're going to go to this side. So here. So you're going to, your chest is center at the moment, and then you move it to the right. 1. Then you're going to move it forward. 2. Then you're going to move it to the other side. 3. And then you're going to come back to the center. 4. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bring it to the side. I bring it forward. Other side, center. So I'm back to my neutral position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Importantly, I'm not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, because then I'm starting to use my waist and other body parts. So when I go like this, I've come off my center line, as you can see. Yeah, so we're trying to keep our center. Like you want to think, like you don't want your head to move anywhere. and you're just moving your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. To the side, front, other side, center. Side, front, other side, center. So that is now an isolation, a chest isolation, and we used 4 counts to go to do 1 round. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want us to think an isolation. What we did there is we moved and stopped, moved and stopped, moved and stopped, moved and stopped. So I move and I stop. 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 The next variation is you're going to be doing still a chest isolation. We're only focusing on the chest. We're not trying to involve any other body parts, but you're going to do it in a continuous movement and you're going to see the difference. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to be constantly moving. You want your body to be constantly moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm isolating the chest, but the difference is now I'm doing a continuous movement. So first I did move and stop, and now I'm doing continuous movement. So that's one thing. All these techniques and exercises that you can do, it's helping you improve your body awareness and what you're moving and how far you're moving it. It's very good as well if you've got a mirror so you can practice and see how big your movements is and what body part you're moving. Are you like not being conscious and using all your body parts? Like I said, this movement is fine as long as you're intentionally doing it. So if you're intentionally moving all your body, that's fine. It's when you're moving all your body, when you think you're trying to isolate, that's what we're trying to practice here. Another good movement to practice for your chest is, so first we did sort of like on the horizontal here and going around. Now I want us to practice kind of just isolating, not going to the side, but going kind of like forward and back. So you want to bring your chest forward and then back to neutral. Forward, neutral, forward, neutral. I'm going straight forward, straight neutral. And you can also practice going backwards. So you kind of bring your back in. Your shoulders do round a little bit so that you can kind of concave. It's like someone's like punched you. So you want to go back and then to neutral. Back, neutral. So I'll go forward, neutral, back, neutral. Forward, neutral, back, neutral. Like I said, there will be some your back. You're moving your back even though you're moving your chest here. And there will be some shoulder involvement here, but I'm not kind of moving my shoulders. This is different. This is different because now I'm really using my back and shoulders. This is different. Yeah. So definitely look in the mirror and be able to see the difference and what you're moving. So here I just want to use my chest, isolate my chest going forward and back. Another movement. So like we went straight forward and back. Another nice way to move your chest is kind of like up and kind of like diagonal. So I'm going more like up as if someone's like pulling you up compared to straight forward. So it's like a pull up. Yes. So that's another movement that you want to practice. Can you isolate your chest and move it upwards, and can you do it forwards? And can you feel the difference when you're doing that? Tarraxo is characterized by a lot of upper body movements and isolation. So not just chest, but also maybe shoulders and even the head that you might see when you dance in Tarraxo. Someone might just give you like a nod on the beat. So it's like I was saying about musicality. Yes. So we've done some chest exercises. We're going to move on to some shoulders now. So what I want us to just practice first is saying we're going to take the shoulder forward to neutral, back to neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And also you want to practice the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we're just going kind of forward and back. In your forward and back, like I was saying with musicality, the pattern of music might not just be 1, 2, 3, 4. It might go 1 and 2. So a nice easy way to do is if say your shoulders are the maximum forward here, is here, then you want to take maybe not just 1 step to get there, 2 steps to get there. So I might go 1 and. So my maximum is here. Instead of just going straight there, I take it in sections. So I kind of half my movement, so I make it smaller, but it enables to me to now use a different musical pattern. So I might go 1 and 2, going back to there. Instead of just going 1, 2, I've gone 1 and 2. So that's a nice way to use and counts. It will help you in the music, because there's a lot of and counts in Tarraxo music that they kind of put emphasis on. So here, and you can also do it on the back, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So you can break down your isolation even more. Yes. So that is kind of like forward and back. You can use your shoulders in kind of like you're rolling your shoulders, so more of a continuous movement here. So I'll kind of take them up and around, and then back and around to neutral. Up and around, back and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can use what we just did using one shoulder and then the next, or you might use both shoulders at the same time. You might try and do one forward, one back. So that's things that you can practice here. The same with the isolated movement. You could do it with both shoulders, or just one shoulder, So it's trying to train your brain like and isolate. I just want to use this shoulder. I just want to use this part of my body. That's what these exercises will help you do. Get a bit more body awareness, being able to isolate a particular body part and use that in your dancing, especially for Tarraxo. One more variation for the shoulders. So we went up and around here. We went up and around. We've gone back and forth. You can just go straight up and straight down. Straight up, straight down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you can do it in stages. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. As many stages as you want. So you might do it in 2 stages. You can do it in 3 stages to get there. You can have a play around with that. Remember to practice both shoulders as you do it. So that's going straight up and straight down. You can also kind of make it a pattern. So you can kind of do like a zigzaggy pattern, but going up. So you know how you had the forward and back? You can kind of go forward and back, but also going up at the same time. So I've got the forward and back. I've got up and down, but I kind of go forward and back whilst going up and down. And again, you can do that in as many movements as you want. You can go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You might go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can take that in as many stages as you want. Remember, practice both shoulders. And that's a nice variation to do and practice for your shoulders. So we're going to do a little combo that kind of uses shoulders and chest so that you can practice. One thing with Tarraxo especially is that especially when we do the solo parts, when your partner gives you the space to kind of express, that solo part normally is in counts of 4 or 8. So you normally have 4 counts to do your kind of expression of and feeling, and then you want to bring it back to the center for now you to connect. Either your partner will now do it, or you'll come back to partner dancing together. So you either have it in 4 counts or 8 counts. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to stop. Or you're going to take the 8 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you stop on 8. So that your partner can then start on 1 or 5, depending on how many counts you used. So that's why I was saying musicality. So definitely do some work listening to music and picking out counts in the music and counting music. That will definitely help you. So we're going to do a little combo using our upper body for Tarraxo movement so that you can practice these movements and have something to play around with in your own time as well. So we're going to take the shoulders back, both shoulders, right and left, 1, and then we're going to go down into our chest, 2. We concentrated on the upper body for Tarraxo. The lower body is also involved in the Tarraxo dance, and I do have a video that focuses more on I'll put a link to it, more on the lower body. But we're going to combine a little bit of lower body here when we go on the second count. So we're going to do the shoulders back, 1, and as we drop down into our chest, 2, we're going to bend our knees slightly. I know you can't see my knees, but it's just a little bit of bend so that you get a height difference. So I'm going 1, 2, and then I'm going to go back 3 with the right shoulder. So you're taking your right shoulder, isolating just your right shoulder, 3. And then you're going to isolate just your right shoulder and go back again, but you're going to look. So we're using our head as well, 4. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, I'm going to use the 8 count phrase. I'm going to go 5, 6. So 2 counts for that right shoulder. And then you're going to bring the right shoulder up and around. And you're also going to start straightening your legs a bit more. So you're going to go back to more of a neutral level. 7, 8. The left shoulder does a roll. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On 6, I look back to where my partner might potentially be, or if you're doing solo, you're looking back to the front. Rolling and going back to neutral level. 7, left shoulder, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're using your chest and your shoulders in that movement. And you can play around it, like I said, with musicality. So you might want to go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. So you can use those movements. It means that you might need to move faster or do your movements smaller because you've got less time in the music to do it. But you can play with musicality within any kind of phrase that you've kind of made. So to see if you can change the pattern that you do it to. So we're going to do a little bit of practice to music. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you can get more tips and videos from me. And I will see you in the next video.